do I do that? I have to switch it to live. Hold on. What is up, everybody? And welcome back to the Bat in the Hat podcast, where we dive deep into all things nerd. My name, of course, is Steve, and with me, as always, is Trey. What is up, Trey? What's happening?
What's up, baby boy? I'm sad to see the Funkos go, but I'm happy to see the business grow.
I know, yeah. So for those of you who don't know, because it's been a couple weeks since I love how we came back and then life got busy and we were like, okay, one show, and then a month later we're doing the next episode. So
we're like the Nate Diaz of podcasting. We die but never go away.
Seriously, wait, is Nate Diaz dead?
Well, his career, he'll never do fights for 2 years.
Oh no, I was like, holy shit, is Nate dead?
No.
Nick, I could see it, but Nate. Oof. So those of you who don't know, me and my fiance have started our own company. We started our own business, and it is it's called Last Chance Survival Prepper Supply Co. I don't have any of my marketing materials around. I finally just got all my business cards in. I got the table banner. I got a big 8-foot banner to put up behind us at the markets and stuff. So we're basically a company for survival and camping and outdoor supplies, and it's very zombie apocalypse themed, but of course it is very serious as well, in the sense that we want to have fun and make it awesome and combine my love of comics and nerdy shit, but we want to have good equipment. We want to actually have good products and have everything that people would need. So right now we're strictly online and at markets. So we're doing flea markets and trade shows and stuff like that when we can on weekends. Of course, we work our full-time jobs. The website is dropping Saturday. So today, what day is today? The 8th. So it is dropping Saturday the 10th.
Nice.
The day before 9/11. Papa bless.
Be prepared.
Never forget. So yeah, maybe if they had been, that's a bad joke. So the website's dropping. It's lcspreppersupply.com. If you guys get the chance, definitely check it out. This episode will be dropping after the website is live. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a live stream on Facebook, and I don't know if now they let you do the multiple live stream between Facebook and Instagram, but if they do, I'm going to be doing that. And just kind of hype in and talking about everything we're going to be doing. I'm hopefully going to be making more content. Me and Trey were actually just talking about on text that I just have so much going on. Of course, I love the podcast, and I'm so excited that we're doing this again because I love it, love it, love it. But Trey is also going to start taking on more solo maybe short episodes and real quick stuff to movie reviews and stuff that while we're maybe in between weeks we can keep pumping out content for the podcast, which I think is a great idea. So
fuck yeah,
Trey,
gonna pepper some nerd news in.
I was gonna say, how are you feeling about that? How do you like the idea of doing more of your, because I know how much you like talking about reviews for the things, because you're a lot more media heavy. I don't even have time so much to watch TV and movies as much. But I know you love talking about that stuff. And sometimes when it's in the notes, I'm like, fuck, I haven't seen it. I don't, so I don't care. So I think this is a good opportunity for you to really give your not that I don't care about what you have to say. I just mean that I didn't see it. I have no idea. So I think this is a really great opportunity to give you your space to talk about the movies and the games. And you even had books in there at one time. Who the fuck reads actually books and shit?
Right, but I've been trying.
Yeah,
I feel like as a comic book seller, I kind of got to get back into actually reading some books, because I've been slanging them, but I haven't been reading them. So, kind of doing
comics,
the golden sin.
That's one thing. You definitely got to read more comics.
True.
I am so far behind. I haven't gotten to read a single comic in 3 more months now since I started trying to catch up on my pull, and then I was like, oh, now I don't have time. And then they just had this big thing. I don't know if you saw it, but they just had this big thing where DC revealed the Joker's true name in the main continuity universe, which is something that's never been done before. So that's pretty fucking wild.
Rodrigo, really weird name. No, I'm playing. I don't want to spoil it for nobody.
I'll spoil it because it's stupid. Yeah. It's Jack Oswald White, That is the name of the Joker's
Terrible.
true identity. And apparently Jack White, the artist, who obviously from the White Stripes, is thrilled because he loves the Joker. He loves DC Comics.
Hey,
so he was pretty excited that the Joker's real name was Jack White. So it's not really stupid. It's not like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But, I don't want to be one of those people who immediately hates on it because it's unprecedented. It's something that just hasn't happened before. So I don't know how I feel about it. But a lot of people are upset. But as we know from doing the show, most of the time when people are upset about a new thing, they're just being fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, that can go with anything. Like She-Hulk right now. Granted, nothing really has happened in this whole entire series. I think episode 4 drops on today, actually.
I just watched it earlier on my lunch break, yeah.
Yeah? Were they throwing ass on that one, too, or no?
Dude, when Sheets worked with Megan Thee Stallion, bro, look, I'm going to tell you my thing about She-Hulk, and then you have your rating in here, so I'll let you kind of talk about your thoughts on it, because you gave it a 6.5 so far, which I will respectfully disagree with. Not super hard. I think I'm more closer to the 7.5, because I think that it is such. First of all, it's very faithful to, again, who the comic book character was for a long time.
Right.
Very tongue in cheek. Very, the first character in Marvel Comics to break the fourth wall and be like talking to the audience and doing it like way before Deadpool came out. She-Hulk was breaking the fourth wall and doing all that. So
correct.
And it was a lot of times it was very fun. There was a lot of she was very sexually active in the comics. Like it was,
the jump roping shit.
Right. Yeah. Like jump roping naked. The it was always very tongue in cheek kind of, and like all of these fucking incels are getting their panties in a twist, being like they're really ruining the integrity of Marvel Comics, the MCU, but I've never read.
How is She-Hulk gonna punch Galactus?
Right? They're like I've never actually read She-Hulk though, because that's a girl's comic. So it's like really fucking stupid. I think it's been super fun. The only thing I was disappointed is TikTok kind of teased me. They tickled my balls a little bit about. On IMDb, Daredevil, or what's his name, Charlie Cox, was listed as 6 episodes, and this was the 6. Like now after this there's only 5 episodes left. So this was supposed to be starting this week. There's only 6 episodes left. So we were all anticipating him to show up in this episode.
Got nothing
and nothing. So. Again, but it was very fun. I love.
Did the action finally pick up? Is there actually stakes going on finally, or is it still just bullshit?
So that's the thing is I've stopped looking for stakes. I've stopped looking for stakes. I'm switching to tofu on this one only because legitimately, it's just supposed to be more fun. It's not supposed to be the fucking Avengers. I think that there was some great. Scenes. There was a lot of great casting in this episode. It had a lot to do with Wong, and it had a lot to do with magic and fake magicians and things like that. Nice. And there was a scene where She-Hulk gets to fight these little flying demon monsters who came through a portal, and that stuff is all fun, but it's not nothing serious. And it focuses very hard on her dating life. Like she's trying to date, and then she decides to make a Bumble profile of She-Hulk instead of Jennifer Walters. And again, if you don't like it, that's 100% fine. I'm not saying that people have to like everything, but acknowledge that it might just not be for you. Not that it's bad. You know what I mean? Like if people don't like a thing, they tend to think, "Oh, I don't like this. This is bad." Instead of, no, this just isn't your thing. Kind of like how the She-Hulk comics were never actually your thing because you didn't want to read a girl comic. So you actually don't know what the fuck She-Hulk is about. So I think it's great. I enjoy it personally.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. The only thing is, granted, I haven't seen this latest episode, but nothing really has happened. Whenever you have a series that's you have to wait every single week to get a new episode.
Right.
You're kind of wanting that little teaser or that little okay, what's going to happen next type of thing. At least for me, whenever I'm watching a show that I'm going to tune in weekly for. But kind of going off the thing you said, how if you're just kind of just going for the tofu of it just to enjoy it.
Right.
I 1,000% like agree with you on that. Like it's fun. Like don't get me wrong, it's fun. There's actually some like pretty good moments in there,
Right.
like some good speeches and everything like that. And I didn't really care for the whole like Hulk being there. Granted, I know that's why they had to have him in like the first 2 episodes to kind of like shoehorn her into being She-Hulk. But once they kind of just tossed him out of the way, it was dope.
They also set him up for World War Hulk. So
yeah,
like I don't know if you caught that or not. So so World War Hulk, the original storyline was right after Planet Hulk. So Planet Hulk, we kind of got a glimpse of in Thor Ragnarok, right? And the Sakaar spaceship that he flies away on in the original storyline, you know, he had a whole wife that he made in Planet Hulk, and then she gets murdered, and he goes and rampages and goes fucking ham. So I feel like they kind of set this up so he's headed back to Sakaar to finish some stuff, and when he comes back, it might be a very World War Hulk situation, which I'm excited about. But you know, to your point, I agree. I do like when I'm watching a weekly show and I have like something to look forward to every week. But at the same time, what's the difference between that and a regular sitcom? You know, what's the difference between this and Ally McBeal? What's the difference between this and Harley Quinn that also has 0 stakes? Like Harley Quinn truly has 0 stakes. It's just a comedy. That's all this is supposed to be. I feel like we have this like what's the entitlement? We have this entitlement of the MCU because we're so used to the MCU giving us like oh shit, you know, moments and like stuff to tease us with. And I just don't think this is meant to be that. It was kind of like Miss Marvel. I didn't think Miss Marvel was a 10 out of 10, but I had fun. It was cute, you know, and the stakes were pretty fucking low stakes, if you ask me. You know, they had stakes at least, but you know, I don't know. I just think that I'm enjoying it for what it is, and I like the sitcom aspect to it. You know. Yeah,
you and me are in agreement. Granted, I need to see this newest episode to like.
Well, and I'm not so much combating you as I am combating all the fucking incels on Twitter. And,
I totally agree with you.
The people who won't shut the fuck up about it. So,
granted, the memes are amazing. I'm loving the memes of it. Whenever they had, what was the scene? Whenever Tony Stark like finally like shoots Thanos and like makes him bleed. They like photoshopped She-Hulk twerking for that whole entire scene. So just She-Hulk like throwing ass and like making him bleed.
Did you see that? Did you see that edit of Thanos when facing Tony Stark? And I don't remember what the scene was, but it was in Endgame. But they edited it to be Thanos in Breaking Bad and what's his name? Tuco? You remember Tuco in Breaking Bad? Tuco Salamanca. So when when Walter White brings him like the crystal to make a deal with him, and he's like crushing it up with his knife. So he's crushing it up, but it's the Infinity Stones, and he snorts like the Infinity Stones, and he like does this whole like, whoa, tight. And Thanos is like, that's impossible. It's just a really funny, stupid edit. It's so well done. If you get the chance, if anybody out there like who hasn't seen it gets the chance, look that up on TikTok or YouTube. It's so fucking funny. I couldn't believe how well it fit, dude.
I haven't seen that, but if you want to segue and kind of stay in the MCU news, I got a little bit of Loki casting news that I heard about.
Ooh, go for it.
Yeah, I didn't even put it in the notes. Henry Cavill and what's the lady who plays Wanda Maxim?
Yep, I actually did hear about that.
One of the Olsens?
Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah, apparently they are in talks to be casted to be in Loki season 3?
Season 2.
When they're on?
Season 2.
It's been so long. It's crazy.
It feels like
that'd be real interesting to see that. We're letting Superman go, man. This sucks, but it's definitely cool to see Henry Cavill getting more work.
Well, speaking of Henry Cavill, and this is also something I didn't write. So, guys, this is notes that we're going off of from the last 3 weeks now. So, there's a lot of stuff that like we didn't put in the notes. Dude,
the Queen died. Keep it moving.
Triple chin is coming through. I need to stop shaving my neck this close. Because when I do, it gives. Look at that chin coming in, dude. Oh, God, I'm gross.
You got low camera. You got to go high. I got like 4 stacks of like hard covers.
Henry Cavill. Oh, wait, hold on.
Ooh, low rider.
The seat is already as low as we go. Henry Cavill is
Uh,
rumored to be secretly signed up for 5 new DCEU projects as Superman,
you're a
and
liar.
he is
For
also
real?
yeah. So and again, it's
Oh,
all
shit.
rumor, but apparently Ben Affleck is also secretly signed up for 4 more DCEU projects as Batman.
Martha.
So Martha, you guys say Martha.
Why'd you say that?
But no, I think Henry Cavill's great in anything he does.
I can't wait for that. That's going to be awesome if that comes true.
Henry Cavill, no.
Hmm?
I just realized I was
What do you
like,
mean?
something doesn't fit. Those two are not rumored for Loki. I don't think they're rumored because Wanda Maximoff is not going to be in Loki. They're rumored for House of the Dragon.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah, Henry Cavill and Elizabeth Olsen are.
I
I was just thinking, I was like, because when I saw the news, I was like, it feels like he's just going to play Geralt from The Witcher in
Right.
House of the Dragon.
I don't know.
Yeah, so they're
I haven't
going to be
watched
in.
that.
So I do think there was a rumor that he is going to be in Loki. So I don't think you're completely off.
Cavill. Okay.
I think it would be very interesting, though, to see him in a Marvel something. A lot of people have been fan casting him as Captain Britain, so they may.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Make that kind of a reality. But I don't know. That'd be cool. So yeah,
Captain Britain would be Jack Diesel.
The Queen died. I don't really want to talk about the Queen dying just for one reason. It's
96. Good on you. I guess.
She was 96. A 96-year-old fucking rich pedophile.
Keep it moving.
I have a hard time giving a fuck about the royal family and all their bullshit. So, but I can definitely see that she has been present at some of America's the world's most interesting historical moments. I mean, she's been alive since 1926. So, we'll at least give awe to the historical aspect of that. But fuck the royal family. So I've been pricing and selling as you can see, all the Funkos are gone. I've been selling my collection to fund the new business. And I have been desperately trying to sell my comic collection, which, because I collect only DC, has been very difficult. DC is not hot in comics right now because people are people who
like movies.
People who like watching movies, and the DC movies have not been that good. They haven't been that good so far. So those comics.
Do you have first Batman?
Here's the first Batman by any chance? What the first? Somebody literally asked me. I don't remember how it was. A couple months ago, somebody said, "What do you have the first issue or like the first appearance of Robin?" And I said, just to give them the benefit of the doubt, I said, "Which Robin?" And they were like, "Oh, the first one, I guess." And I said, "No, that's like a $300,000 book." But thank you for asking. I had to price my prized book, my New Teen Titans #2. It's a CGC.
Oof.
First appearance of Deathstroke, CGC 9.4, signed by George Perez, the late great George Perez. And I teared up a little bit while I was pricing it because I just didn't want to let it go. I'm very much past that. I'm in a mindset now of I'm all in on this business, like 100% in, and I know that if I work hard, I'll get it back. I'll get all of my stuff back. So I'm very much past the sad aspect of it, but I just wanted everybody to out there give me virtual hugs, give me hugsy wugsies.
Sad violin in the chat.
The world's smallest violin. So some of the topics that I had written down are Gotham Knights. So, dude, I'm so up and down on this game. I never know how I actually feel about it because there's parts that I'm so stoked about, and then shit will come out that I'm like, fucking why? But one of the things that's been a really hot topic on the internet for the Gotham Knights video game is, well, one, the TV show got canceled, which thank God, because the TV show had nothing to do with the video game. It was going to be none of the same characters, and it was just a CW, just the epitome of everything the CW does that pisses me off. And that got canceled. So thank God. But the big topic has been people apparently are really mad that they made Jason Todd the tank character, Like a lot of games that are multiplayer like this, when you have, when you think about like
Yeah, you'll have a
Fortnite, or you think
range.
about, not Call of Duty, but what's that other?
Gauntlet.
What's that other? Not Fortnite, but it's one of those really popular
Apex, League of
Apex. So
Legends,
you have Apex,
Overwatch.
Overwatch, and you have like the medic character, and you have the tank character.
Yeah,
you have the, so you have all these different archetypes, and people are really mad because Jason is not in the comics traditionally like that. And look, I can actually kind of understand that. I think that it isn't super faithful. However,
it's a video game.
it's a fucking video game, and it makes sense for his character, at least. Like, he is.
His weaknesses are crowbars. Like what?
Right. He's the angry, back from the dead, brutish. Like, he wants to smash things. Like, I think he looks kind of badass. And when he's like out of the Red Hood, he's not like a monster. He's not like super huge. He's beefy. He looks like.
If you had to he looks like a version, like a human version of Raphael from the Ninja Turtles. If you kind of had to like compare him to anybody, at least that's what I've been getting the vibe of.
So I was actually going to say Alan Richson, who played Hawk in Titans. If you had just cast him as Jason Todd, that's kind of what it looks like. I mean, he's
Thad Castle, baby.
Thad Castle. By the way, I know this is super off topic. I don't want to spend any time.
Go for it.
Like, did you ever watch
Reacher?
Yeah, Reacher. Did you ever watch that?
It was good.
I fucking loved that
Kyle
show.
was the one who told me about it.
Really?
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah, Alan Richson was very good in that show. I just wanted to bring that up because I really loved it. But I don't know. I think the character designs are actually all very good for Gotham Knights. Again,
the only two things that have killed me on that is that they gave Jason this like magic ability and like a magical double jump, which I don't know why he has magic. I get it, Lazarus Pit. You can kind of figure it out from there.
So they gave kind of
Nightwing like a little Fortnite glider.
The Fortnite glider is hilarious, but I think they call it the trapeze, which is really
for real
fucking
oh
stupid.
My fucking god, that makes me hate it so much more.
So
oh my god.
So I also kind of have issue with Jason Todd getting the magical powers. A lot of people were bringing up to me. Somebody like tried to roast me on Twitter. This was like the first time that I've ever like. I try to keep my mouth shut if I don't actually know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying I'm always successful at that, but I try really hard to not have like a big brutish opinion if I have no insight into the subject. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's
you try so hard, but in the end, it doesn't really even matter.
It doesn't even matter. I got so far, but I feel like that's something that's lost on a lot of Americans is that they don't tend to fucking think or do any research into anything before they open their mouths. And again, I'm not saying I'm perfect with it. I just try really hard not to. So I did make a tweet a while back about like Jason Todd getting the powers and like, and somebody like jumped in and said, well, you clearly never read comic books because here he was able to do this with the soul sword. And I'm like, okay,
me. I was that guy.
Yeah. He gets so in the comics, you're absolutely right. In the more modern comics, which they added this ability to him, almost 10 years after he was actually introduced, but fine, whatever. Things changed.
It's rebirth, it doesn't count.
He was given the ability to wield the soul sword because he got training from these fucking monks after he came back from the Lazarus Pit. It was all this weird. And by the way, Red Hood and the Outlaws from the New 52 is the storyline we're talking about. So go back and read that. Awful storyline, in my opinion. Not because of that, but because I think they really fucked up Starfire in that series. But Roy Harper was dope. So leave it at that. Yes, he does technically have these mystical abilities. A little bit from the Lazarus Pit, a little bit from his magic monks who taught him to do certain things. But he still has guns in it, so as long as he's not full wizard, I'm fine with it. Wouldn't it be pretty fucking cool if he Avada Kedavra somebody though? Right. So he's just Harry Potter out this bitch. So like I don't hate it, but it just feels like the like you said, the magical double jump, his ability to sky jump. It feels it feels a little too far from his character, but I'll shut my mouth because there's still a lot of positives possibly that are going to be in this game. I'm still going to play it for sure. Granted, I don't know if I'll be able to because I have a base model PS4 that sounds like a jet engine. But I'm going to try. I'm going to fucking try. I have a PS4 Pro, I think, and that's only because I stole it from my old man. I had the regular PS4, and it stopped working one day, and then my old man had this because he plays the only game he ever fucking played ever was golf. And I was like, look, you can play golf on this shitty old PS4. And then he went and bought a PS5 to play fucking golf on. And,
fuck yeah.
And then he gave me the Pro. But I will do credit to my old man. He bought for his birthday, my brother bought him for his birthday this entire gaming rig for driving because my dad loves NASCAR.
Oh, the F1 setup?
Yeah, so he has it's like the chair with the whole lock where you can put the steering wheel in front of you and you have the shifter and the pegs, and it's all connected in this contraption. And he loves it, dude. He plays it nonstop. And I went over to his apartment to play it, and I'm not gonna lie, that shit was fire. Like, it was straight. Yeah,
it's insane. My buddy Adnan, he's a Twitch streamer. I believe his name is like Daniel Avocado on Twitch. So shout out Adnan.
Shout out.
He streams F1 all the time, and he has like the whole entire setup too. And I tried it. And, oh my god, that shit's so difficult. I don't know how he does it.
It is very. It can be very difficult. I had a little bit of an advantage just because I've driven stick for a long time, and I ride a motorcycle, and I've been riding for 10 plus years. So clutch manipulation and things of that nature were a little more, but it's hard, dude. It's fucking way harder. But
yeah, speaking about getting hard, I got something that's gonna get you hard, baby.
Get me hard, daddy.
Guess what comes out this month, baby? We got Clerks 3, baby.
Clerks 3.
Yeah. Segway King.
I'm trying to read through my notes as I talk. That's anytime you see me glancing to the side and I start going, it's because I'm trying to read through the notes and I'm bad at multitasking.
Yeah, we got Clerks 3 coming.
Yeah, Clerks 3 is going to be great. So what are your plans for it? You already have tickets? You already doing the damn thing?
I don't got tickets yet, but I'm probably going to see it at Sunray. So probably when we get off here, or we can just collab and try to figure it out, because I want to go with you, homie. You're like my only other friend that likes Kevin Smith like I do. So
that's fair, but we're not going to Sunray. I know that a lot of you.
It's not the drive-in. It's the actual theater.
I know the theater kind of sucks. The last time I went to Sunray, okay, unless they remodel, because the last time I went to Sunray, they had the old tiny chairs that my fat ass could barely fit in. I like going right here to Tinseltown, where we have all the nice reclining, vibrating fucking. There's a lube dispenser on the right arm, like all that shit. Oh, you know what we should do? Sorry for boring you guys
go for it.
on the thing. If you guys are from Jacksonville,
fuck 'em.
If you guys are from Jacksonville or near the Northeast Florida area, you need to go to the Durbin Park, the new Durbin Park Theater, because that's how where Sean McNally lives. And dude, me and Sean went to go see that Nicolas Cage movie, whatever the fuck that crazy Nicolas Cage movie.
With Pedro Pascal?
Yeah, with Pedro Pascal. Perfect movie, by the way, 10 out of 10. And they have not only these big, spacious, reclining seats, but they have like this tray attachment that sits in front of you for all your snacks and goodies and shit. Dude, I was in heaven. We need to go.
Going full Wally on that bitch?
Bro, we need to go fuck that theater up because it was awesome.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
Nah, Sunray's my stomping ground, baby.
I know, because you're a hipster. Look at that long hair. And
you get pizza, you get a bucket of beer, fucking got the long hair.
They had craft artisanal burgers at this place, okay? I don't want to hear
but you can get a bucket of beer for $8, 5 beers, killer deal. You get a personal pizza for I think it's like $9.99. Oh, so that's already under $20. You get a giant, it's not like a little one. It's like almost like a 10-inch, basic, a little over a 10. I think it might be a 12.
I'll give you a 10.
You get a giant bucket of popcorn. Ooh. You can get a cool custom-made Twinkie. You can get all that shit all under $30. It's killer. Yeah, they have their own little bakery, like an actual old grandma who
they got
baked goods,
a pastry stuffer back there.
Damn right, I'll be your pastry stuff. What? Clerks is getting us horny.
So I put in here notes about the DCEU and DC Comics. We're going to skip that because I have to after certain news has come out, I have to reformulate my thoughts on that. No, I think Clerks 3 is going to be dope, man. I think... I think we need to go in there with kind of the same mindset that when you're watching the reboot. The reboot is not a good movie. Like if you're not a Kevin Smith stan, like you're not. But for people like us who obsess over this guy, like it's perfect. So I'm very excited to see it wherever we see it.
I'm looking forward to the Mark Bernard highlight.
Yep, the scene he got in that wasn't supposed to have any lines, and then I think somehow got upgraded to some lines. But
right,
I don't care where we see it because now you have me intrigued with a personal pan pizza and a custom Twinkie. So
I'm telling you, dude, it's fucking amazing.
But it's gonna be cool, man. Now you put this here. Kenna Thompson has received his star on the Hollywood.
Supposed to be Keenan.
I was so confused.
So sorry.
I was like, is Kenna Thompson someone I should know? Kenan Thompson got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Are you fucking kidding me?
He finally got it.
Dude.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
12 seasons on SNL, I think, now. Like,
Good Burger, all these other cool shit that he's been in.
Well, of course we can go down the catalog, but I just mean, like, I think he is the longest cast member on SNL ever. And consistently funny. I mean, Kenan Thompson.
For sure,
amazing. And
he was kind of the only guy you tune in for it too, right? Or at least for me, at least.
I would say at some points, yes, because when I'm an SNL fanatic, so I watch.
Really?
I watch every season. I watch every episode. I really love SNL. I get into it, but I'm one of those guys who just like most people. As soon as the new cast members come in, I'm like, they don't seem that funny. I don't like them. And it takes you a while to like warm up to them.
They grow on you.
Dude, you always had Kenan. Always had fucking Kenan. And I think now is he's I think last season was his last season. So R.I.P. Kenan Thompson. You're not really dead, but you're dead. You're dead to me.
Oh God.
Ezra Miller. I really want to talk about Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller
Go for it.
So as we know, the last couple of weeks, he was arrested for felony, like breaking and entering and burglary and all these other crazy charges. So he has had a very insane, year.
It's reverse flash.
When did this start? Was it like this last year or 2 years?
Honestly, it kind of started like he had little things pop up here and there, but the main thing that like kicked him off is whenever the Zack Snyder fans ended up getting them to win an Oscar. And literally that Oscar night, he got arrested in Hawaii for being drunk and fighting. And then from there, it's just been downhill.
That's what I remember. He was in Hawaii and he got arrested. I didn't remember it for fighting, but I remember even before that, there was an incident where he like punched a woman in the face. And then it came out later to be, it was like self-defense. But now when you look back, you're like, was it self-defense? I don't know.
Yeah.
Now
he's a handful.
What I will say is that a couple of things. So Ezra Miller met with Warner Brothers, and they met with all the new owners of Warner Brother Discover, and I always say Discovery because Discover and Discovery are two very different companies. But Ezra met with the WB Discovery owners and CEOs, a lot of the new people, because a lot of people got fired. Apparently, it was an incredibly positive meeting. He has come out and issued apologies for his erratic behavior. He's seeking mental health help, which, just as somebody who comes from a family with a lot of mental health trauma and a lot of stuff that has happened in our past, I applaud anybody who, you can roll your eyes and say, "Oh, we'll see when." And I get that. I understand why people are like, "Well, show me and then we'll see." But I at least applaud anybody who is attempting to seek help for their mental health issues. And on top of that, apparently the big reason they're trying to make it work so bad is the Flash movie has had the highest test audience reception since The Dark Knight. So
I didn't know that.
It apparently is blowing people away. And I want to see it so fucking bad. So hopefully it'll restore certain things. The Supergirl movie that was supposed to happen, maybe that'll come back. Maybe certain things will be back in the works, but I'm okay with Ezra Miller staying if he just chills the fuck out. You can't be a superhero on screen and then be a supervillain in real life.
Right? Just admit your wrongs. We're all humans. It's fine. But hopefully it ends up coming through.
I don't know.
But
I heard those test audience scores. I got excited.
The only thing I do want to say, since it's now Warner Brothers Discovery, is fuck Discovery. They cut so many things, and the one that they cut was the Batman Crusaders, the Batman the animated series, like
Yep.
newer one that was about to come out. And I am so heated about that.
Batman Cape Crusaders. I could not fucking believe that.
That fucking broke my heart, man. I was looking forward to that show so bad.
Now I understand
But
why
hey,
they had
business,
to. They
I
had to
guess.
find like $300 million to save in the budget just to make continuing the studio viable. But look, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not a CEO. You know, all I can say is like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, I understand that they had to make business decisions, and they're not
Mhm.
popular business decisions. But I mean, shit. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
who
I'm
knows
still
where
happy
it'll
the
lead
company's
to.
around, but I don't know. Hopefully they at least sell it to like fucking Stars or some shit so we can still see it. But who knows? They may drop it later in life.
Hopefully they sell it to like Skinamax, and it just
All right.
they put out like a porn.
What if
version.
Marvel like big dicks them, like Disney big dicks, and just buys it? It has like a Batman thing on there. Wouldn't that be crazy?
That'd be hilarious.
It'd be fucking wild, dog.
Jeffrey
It'd
D.
be
Morgan
wild.
is confirmed to join the boys for season 4. I don't
Yeah,
think we have an
Negan.
idea of what his character is going to be yet, do we?
Probably anything like his Negan character. I'm just gonna assume because every single character that he's ever played has kind of been like that. Like whenever he was the comedian, it was kind of similar in that vibe. So go with a grain of salt. He'll be in that scenario.
He's gotten incredibly thin, though. Like, he is, because as he's getting
For real?
older,
I know that.
he's not, as he's getting older, he's not working out as much. He's not, and he is very thin-faced and almost sickly looking sometimes. Like, I don't know if you've
Really?
seen him in The Walking Dead lately, but Homeboy is thin. But,
Not like Chadwick Boseman then, where like he like dropped out of nowhere. Or has it been like a gradual thing?
it's been like
Chadwick like dropped hella.
it's been like a gradual thing. It's
Okay.
been like
So-
he's just getting older. He's
It's not too concerning.
working out as much, but he used to be like a strong dude and
Yeah. He was cock diesel
sexy
at one
as
point.
fuck. House of the Dragon is
Yeah.
currently out right now. Obviously, the Game of Thrones prequel series.
Yeah.
I never watched
Hold
Game of
door.
Thrones, but
I
I
don't
have been watching this with Lindy because we've been trying to spend any time we can together. And if she wants to watch the show, I'm just going to let her watch the show. And it's
What's
been
your thoughts on it?
It's been pretty good. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's still not my forte,
Thing.
but
Mhm.
it's interesting. I'm reading a
It seems
note on
very
here
political.
that you wrote, by the way, that I'm sorry. We have to
Go for it.
fuck this House of the Dragon because is this a joke? I can't tell. Kevin Smith talks Tusk 2, the Tuskening, supposedly in the works
Yeah.
with star Justin Long leaking their group chat. Get the fuck out of here. That can't be a real.
No, I swear to God,
thing.
it's real. The Tuskening thing, that was just me adding a joke to it.
Oh,
But
thank
yeah,
God. I
just
was like, the
yeah,
Tuskening.
no, that's not the name of it. No, I just thought it would be funny to call it that. But no, like Justin Long was on a podcast. I don't remember the podcast, so who cares? But he dropped some news that Kevin Smith like reactivated that group chat that they were in for whenever they were filming Tusk, and they all have been kicking around an idea on how to do a sequel on it because I guess just Kevin Smith is getting that flame again to keep the flame going, with all of his product. Which I don't blame him. It'd be cool as shit to see what they could do with that. It's such a weird movie, but I'd love to see it. Take that over Yoga Hosers.
That would be fuck. If you say one more bad thing about Yoga Hosers, I love Yoga Hosers. It is a fun
picking on you.
movie, and those two young ladies
Schnitzel.
were wonderful, and the cast around them was wonderful. And I won't have you talking that shit. Big Chungus was just trademarked by WB recently. Obviously, people are like, "Oh shit, that means that Big Chungus is coming to Multiverses." I need to get in Multiverses like very soon because I haven't played it yet. Have you played it?
Yeah, it's fun. The only thing that sucks is like the hitboxes aren't really the same as like Smash is, but apparently they're getting like a giant update at the I think on Monday actually. So hopefully it gets better.
Again,
but it's been fun as fuck.
It's in its beta, kind of technically. It's in its season 1. I mean, if you guys remember how Fortnite was, like, look, I'm not ashamed to say how much I enjoy playing Fortnite. I love fucking around with the memes. It is a fun game to me. And season 1 Fortnite versus like where it is now, like whole different universe. So I have no problem waiting for this to get insanely cool.
Did you
Viral
know
TikTok.
Fortnite was supposed to be a? Oh, sorry to interrupt,
No,
but
go ahead.
did you know Fortnite was supposed to be a zombie game? Did you know that?
No, I didn't. Was it really?
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a fort builder to where you could like defend off zombies. Because like I told my friends about it because this was like hot whenever zombies were like
Right.
the it thing at the time, and I think that is actually the campaign whenever the game first dropped. But then the multi-fire or the multi-platform, whatever the fuck they call it, the battle royale thing, just
Right.
blew the fuck up and it went its own route.
No
But
kidding. That's
yeah,
interesting.
I downloaded that like right when it dropped because I was like, oh, this is gonna be a free cool zombie game, and I was like, what is this? And then bam, a whole universe
Yeah,
expanded out of nowhere.
that's pretty cool. I honestly didn't know that.
Yeah,
Viral TikToker Dogface, also known as the cranberry juice guy, with the
yep.
what's the name of that band?
Fleetwood Mac.
There you go
No,
again. Yeah, Fleetwood Mac. They want
it is Fleetwood
you
Mac.
free
Hey, look at me.
now. So apparently he made his professional acting debut in Hulu's Reservation Dogs. I have heard
Yeah,
such good shit about Reservation Dogs. I need to start watching it. I have a buddy who swears by it, who says it's the
yeah,
funniest thing he's
it's
watched.
great. I wouldn't put it at that, but I'd definitely say it's a really good watch. Like not great, but definitely a good watch. Like if you're on like a rainy day on like a Sunday, just want to bang out a series,
Good filler.
throw that
Good.
on.
That's awesome.
Won't go wrong with it at all.
DC Comics has released the first look at its Batman versus Brainiac NFT comic book. I thought NFTs
Yeah.
were dead, man. I thought that this was something that we were moving past.
Hey, I don't know, man. Apparently it's a thing. I saw like the first little preview of it. It looked interesting. It looked just like a regular comic, but
Right.
hey, NFT DC, you could
Which
own
again,
it.
that's what
Might be the next
NFTs
Action Comics
are.
one.
Like,
Who knows?
NFTs are essentially just downloadable images, but a person owns technically. It's weird. I
mean-
still don't know how to really explain NFTs because you don't own the rights to that
Yeah,
to the images. You
it's-
don't own the rights to the product. You just own
Ah,
a version of it. So that's why I don't understand or give a fuck about NFTs. But when
if we
Gary
did, we'd be in
Vee-
mansions right now. You know? Who
I
knows?
know when Gary Vee tells you this is the future, Gary Vee is never wrong, apparently.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But that being said, Gary Vee also said Andrew Tate was the future. So,
Hey, he's not wrong. He's definitely funny as shit.
we're-
He's might be going to jail for human trafficking, but
that guy is
on
such
your
a
mom's
cunt.
house, yeah, he was like one of the guys that they featured as like a quote unquote like cool guy, aka like the weird like douchebags
like
on
cringy, yeah, kind of.
on your mom's house like I think like 2 years ago, and then out of nowhere he started blowing up on TikTok. So it's cool seeing that happen. Damn, it's dumping outside.
Dazen. What is this? Dazen hosted.
Oh, DAZN.
Is that
That's
what?
the,
Is that how you pronounce it? DAZN.
Yeah,
Do you
it's like a
remember when
boxing
Pizza
network.
Hut had the Pizzone. It was Pizza Hut's.
I never
branded
tried one. I always
calzones.
wanted to.
They were
Did
fire.
you ever try one?
Yeah, they were
Yeah?
fire, dude. Pizza Hut when I was like younger was like, which again, you and me are super close in age, but
Yeah.
like I have at least a couple years on you, so I don't know if you missed
Mhm.
this like line. But when I was a kid, Pizza Hut was the motherfucking spot.
Yeah,
And-
we were a Domino's family because it was right down the street.
Really, I think
Yeah.
now I'm a Papa John's first. Papa bless.
Okay.
Domino's.
Shout out Shaq.
So Papa John's, Domino's, and then like
Whatever at that point.
afterwards. So DAZN,
Yeah.
Pizza Hut's Pizzone, hosted another YouTube boxing event, and it had some really good fights. You said Salt Poppy, Salt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you
fuck.
seen him?
Yeah, I know who Salt Poppy is. That
The
dude's
guy who like put the salt
Yeah.
like that and he like ate the sausage.
Yeah.
He knocked the fuck out of that guy.
KO'd
Like,
his
when I
opponent
say he
under
looked like
20
Manny
seconds.
Pacquiao, oh my god, he beat the
Really?
fuck out of bro. It
Deji
was scary.
beat Fusi, which
Yep.
Fusi's a little bitch, so who cares?
Yeah.
Now is Deji KSI's younger brother?
Yep.
Okay, that's
And
what I
he's
thought.
been having a rough time. He's been having a rough time in this YouTube boxing game. I think he's like now he's technically like 1-3, but going into that fight he was like 0-3, and people are telling him not to do this because he really wasn't looking good at all.
Right.
But he trained
Well,
his ass off and he like beat the brakes off of Fuzi.
That I think his first fight was that first big Jake
Mhm.
Paul, Logan Paul, fight. The Logan Paul fought
Yeah.
like Mayweather or whoever the fuck Logan Paul fought. And he fought Jake Paul, and that was like one of Jake Paul's first fights as
Mhm.
well. And he got his ass beat. But KSI, dude, So the only thing I'll say is I don't get like super hard into YouTuber drama or any of that. But KSI is super fucking funny. The Sidemen, like their whole YouTube conglomerate, I would say, like they are super funny, and they seem like much more decent dudes than the Balls because they just don't seem like
cool
douche canoes. But I think that's interesting. I don't know if you saw this, but and it may even be in the notes somewhere. But Jake Paul is apparently now going to fight.
Silva.
Yeah, Silva.
Anderson Silva.
Anderson Silva.
It's gonna be dope.
I couldn't think of his first name. Anderson Silva, who, by
That's
the way,
gonna be a dangerous match.
Some of you kids out there, long since retired, probably retired for at least almost 10 years now. But
nah, he retired like 4 years ago.
No fucking way. No,
he should have been retired.
No fucking way.
Swear to God.
Well, regardless of how long, I thought he retired like 10 years ago. Regardless of how long, he was at one time the greatest MMA fighter in the entire world. One of the longest. He wasn't professionally undefeated, but his UFC record was undefeated until like 23-1 when he finally lost. And I think he lost his first match to John Bones Jones, was the first person who beat him. Can't remember, to be honest. But a lot of a lot of the younger people out there who, like, we could talk about like Randy Couture and like Tito Ortiz and like those old heads, which Anderson Silva is definitely in that mix. But there was a time where his front kick to Shogun, who was
Machida.
Was it Machida? Or I thought it was Shogun. No, you're right. It was Ryota Machida. And he did that front kick, stuck him right in the face and dropped him, and that became the UFC games like cover photo, and that became like that was iconic for the longest time.
Yeah.
Now, this again is suspect to me because Jake Paul is choosing yet another far out of their prime.
You might be speaking out of term.
Why? What do you think?
Anderson Silva's actually been boxing lately. He's had, I think he's 3-0 right now. Because once he retired out of MMA, he was doing like actual celebrity boxing.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Anderson Silva is not still incredibly capable and dangerous. I'm saying that Jake Paul only sets up fights that if he were to lose, he would have all the excuses in the world. Or, I'm sorry, he only sets up fights that when he wins so far, it's like
that's boxing.
All the excuses. The fucking curly head fuck who was super out of shape, and what was his name? I couldn't stand that dude.
Oh, Ben Askren.
Ben Askren, who came in with that fucking gut and no training, no fucking anything, because he had been retired for like 2.5 years and had fucking.
Yeah, he's a wrestler.
I mean, he I don't know, but Ben Askren also held a belt, so it's just crazy because he only picks these people that are like, oh, they have big names, but here's an obvious reason why I might have beat him. But again, Anderson Silva is definitely still a dangerous man. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he beat the fuck out of Tyron Woodley, and Tyron Woodley was actually that guy forever. Granted, UFC didn't care about him at all. But
the Woodley fight was the reason why I think that all of them are
like rigged.
Because Tyron Woodley is that.
Maybe.
Tyron Woodley is a dangerous man.
But you got to think, he's been at it for a fat minute now. If you had to think how long the Pauls have been doing it for, which is crazy to say, I think he's been boxing hardcore for about almost 5 years now.
Okay, yes, but one,
which is insane.
I'm biased and I hate him. And two, it's still, regardless of how you shake it, it is incredibly suspect how he came into it.
Yeah.
How he, you know what I mean? A lot of these guys have been training for decades, not just the last 5 years. And somehow Paul is winning these big name fights. I just think it's
true.
I personally just think it's bullshit.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I mean, it'll be interesting for sure. Like, I know Silva, his last 2 fights, granted his first one was Tito, and Tito ain't shit because he has a glass chin, but it is Tito Ortiz. But after that one, he fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and beat the brakes off of him. Anderson Silva.
Oh, Anderson
in the boxing
Silva.
match.
I thought you meant Jake Paul. I'm like, Jake Paul?
Oh, no.
Tito Ortiz?
I mean, he had run the fucking gauntlet on Tito.
Tito Ortiz, by the way, has not always had a glass chin by any means. I mean, he used to be that guy.
He was the god.
He was the ground and pound god. He was that guy who could take a beating, and then one day
You just
he
have,
got humbled. And ever
yep.
since
You
he
just have
got
a fine
fucking
mind.
humbled,
Yep.
oh, Rashad Evans put a knee in his chest, and he said, I don't think fighting's for me.
Unless it's Chuck Liddell, then I'll try to have them all two fight all the fucking time, which is so sad to watch.
Chuck Liddell could be 90 years old, and if they say him and Randy Couture are going to do a celebrity match, I'm doing it. I'm watching it. Dead Island 2 is supposedly real and is confirmed for February of 2023. The game was first announced in 2014 at Sony's old E3 con. What do you mean Sony's old E3 is still a thing?
Nah, E3 is still a thing?
Yeah.
No, it's not. The actual cons that they do?
E3 goes on every year. The only reason it hasn't been a con was, in the last couple of years was because of COVID. And they didn't have guests. But E3 still a thing.
Yeah. No, I thought it died. But speaking of, Dead Island, that game was the shit back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, before you had all the Dying Light. And the people who made Dying Light, they're the creators of Dead Island. And that game was fun as fuck. Me and Ian used to play it all the time. I mean, shit, we still do a campaign every now and again. We'll hop on and rerun it. But the teaser for it dropped in 2014, I think, at E3, where you had the guy running down Hollywood with the headphones, and you had all the zombies, and people were hyped about it, and then nothing. And then just literally out of nowhere, I think a month ago, they had a confirmed date. The Twitter was reactivated. Everything got pushed, and they have a date now. They dropped a trailer. They dropped gameplay. So just out of fucking nowhere, especially with the zombie franchise starting to die out now, because zombies really aren't that thing anymore.
Right.
It's just crazy to see that a game from 2014 can fucking just out of nowhere, oh, here you go.
Well,
it's cool as fuck to me to see.
Dead Island did something that, and I honestly can't remember the name of the other game I'm thinking of that was incredibly fun. Dead Island brought the fun aspect to the zombie. It wasn't so much the Walking
Dead Rising.
Was it Dead Rising? What was the one? The first one was in the mall.
Dead Rising.
It was Dead Rising. So Dead Rising was another one because all of the zombies were slow. It was literally just a numbers game in Dead Rising.
Yeah.
And there were the secret katana that you could find in the food court on top of the cabana. And it brought the fun aspect of zombies and the dream. That's why my whole new business is the zombie apocalypse theme, because you want to have the idea that you could go out there and just slay zombies, and that's what those games kind of did for you. Dead Island,
Material Girl,
right? Material Girl.
I'm sorry.
Dead Island came out and was oh fuck, wouldn't it be cool if this were fun? Wouldn't it be cool if you enjoyed this?
So, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love the. Do you remember Fear? Do you remember that game?
Oh yeah,
that game was fucking sick.
That's a good callback.
Yeah, good callback. Fear 2. The Last of Us, which is my favorite video game of all time. You had Left 4 Dead, and then there was one that I can't remember the name of, but it had those really scary zombies. Them motherfuckers ran at you.
Left 4 Dead?
Was that Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, the one where they ran at you, and you had the one that had the little extender reacher thing. Yeah, the big bloat guy. Yeah, that was Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, that was Left 4 Dead.
Fun as fuck.
Because I know that
greatest Xbox game of all time.
The Last of Us has a little bit of that too. The clickers are still the scariest thing.
Terrifying.
Bloaters. Yep. You had bloaters in The Last of Us, and so somebody actually made a meme where it was the zombie apocalypse happened, and the dude was he had swords in his hand. He was skipping along excited to take out zombies, and he goes into this room, and it's when you think it's The Walking Dead, but it's really Left 4 Dead, and you just hear this little girl singing. he just
God.
he just and he turns around and he walks away.
Oh God.
And it's oh fuck. Nah, I'm good.
Oh wow.
So it's always a fantasy for preppers and guys like me of if there ever was a zombie apocalypse, what would we do? How good would we do? I clearly don't take Zombieland's number one rule, which is cardio, seriously. But I have a lot of guns that I lost in a boating accident recently, so I don't any longer have them for anybody watching.
Wink.
But you always want to think how good would you do?
Yeah.
Not good, man. We wouldn't be doing if they're The Walking Dead. I'd be doing pretty awesome. If they're Left 4 Dead, or if they are Resident Evil, or if they're It's not happening.
Yeah. You're more like John Goodman. John Goodman? Goodall? Who's the guy who played voice Sully?
Goodman. John Goodman.
Yeah, you're John Goodman, Cloverfield, like prepper.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, he was a little bit of a psycho in Cloverfield 2, or Cloverfield Lane, whatever
But besides that part, yeah.
But yeah.
Pretty good movie.
I can't tell you how bad I want to bury. So when we buy our house, we want to bury two
Ooh, I got a YouTuber for you to watch
containers in our backyard to make a bunker. And I have plans to have a part of my yard automated so it comes up like a fucking bat cave so that I can ride my motorcycle in and out of it. I swear, I've already looked up all of the shit that I need for it.
I got a perfect YouTuber for you. When you get the chance, look up Colin Furze. It's like COLINFURZE.
I can't get
like a legit on
YouTube. Send me a link when you get the chance.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Black Lightning star.
Definitely want to shout him out.
Charlie Dean dies at 32.
It's a DC news and it's a passing. So
no, for sure. But how do I don't know the name. Charlie Dean. Do you know who that was?
I don't know.
Who that was in Black Lightning?
She was like one of the main what is it called? Whenever they're just like a supporting character, but they're always there. Just a supporting character, right?
Yeah, like a supporting actress.
I guess she wasn't really a co-star, but she was like right in that like teeter lane.
She wasn't like one of the daughters or anything, right?
No.
Yeah, so she doesn't matter. Rick and Morty season 6 trailer releases, and yes, Rick and Morty season 6 looks so good. I don't care who the fuck y'all are hating on Rick and Morty still. Only big brain intellectuals are gonna understand the comedy of Rick and Morty. You have to have a pretty good. There was a TikTok a dude put out, and he was like, "You pretty much have to have a pretty good grasp of theoretical physics to understand the comedy behind Rick and Morty." And I'm like, "No, you fuck! I know you don't." I loved it.
You just gotta have fun.
The Rick and Morty season 6 does look great. If you guys haven't seen the trailer, when does it drop, though? Did the first episode?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure the first episode's already out. But again,
I hope so.
These are notes from a while ago. DC is getting backlash for its Hispanic History Month covers, mainly because the majority of the covers are just Hispanic characters eating tamales and tacos. That's fucked up.
It's pretty messed up. It's like 90% of the covers too. It's fucked up.
Which, look, I understand that food is a huge part of Latinx culture. You know, no matter what region you're from, Latinx culture.
So is a lot of other things.
But it is kind of like if you had the Asian Heritage Appreciation Months and they were just eating rice.
Just boom, chopsticks.
Chopsticks.
Oh god.
Rice, and so
oh god.
Insomniac Games is currently working on a multiplayer mode for Marvel's Spider-Man. So you put PC in parentheses, so only for the PC.
Yeah, sadly, it's for the not the Miles Morales, but the one that was prior. It looks cool as shit because people have been running it on a 4K engine and like putting all these like skin mods and all this other shit into it. Right. It looks amazing and it makes me want to get a PC, but I don't have PC money.
I definitely want to replay through Spider-Man because I have
great game.
The regular Miles. It's been a while since I played through them, but they're great. I mean, they're just
10 out of 10. They're perfect.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah. I think Spider-Man Miles Morales was a little short for my taste, just because I think that the original Spider-Man game felt like it took a while to get through everything, and Miles Morales.
You're not wrong.
I did it in like a day and a half, and I don't even play video games like that, so it just felt like in my free time.
You're not wrong.
To get through it. Jane Fonda announces that she has been diagnosed with cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Good. The Queen is
not going to be able to dance that one off.
I know. Fucking Jane Fonda.
Oh my god.
Jane Fonda, her father was Henry Fonda, and if you ever want a really...
She ain't got a motor in the back of her Honda. My Anaconda don't. I'm sorry.
Damn it!
I'm sorry.
No,
that beats to it?
If you ever want a good, old movie...
okay.
It was the predecessor. It was kind of what inspired Cheaper by the Dozen. And I'm blanking on it. It was with Lucille Ball and Henry Fonda, and they remade it, in 2010 with,
the founding Fondas.
No, fuck, I really can't remember the name of it. But it was about these it was kind of a Brady Bunch thing. It was like about this mother who had like 3 or 4 or 6 kids or some shit, and then this dad who also had like 6 kids, and their spouses had died, and they get married, and they so they join the house, and it's like 12 of these fucking kids around now, and it was honestly a really good movie. I can't remember anybody out there who knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Link it
for
or
sure.
something.
Let us know.
I'll try to remember and link it down in the comments or link it in the description. Spirit Halloween.
We're not going to do that.
The movie is a real thing that they dropped the trailer, and Christopher Lloyd is in the lead, and Christopher Lloyd is the antagonist. But I think the spotlight goes to the kids. The kids,
okay.
But yeah, can I just say something about this real quick?
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I saw it literally before we turned on the cameras.
Can I just say something about this real quick, guys?
Go for it, man.
Hey, can I just say something real quick?
Yeah, man. I like Spirit Halloween.
It actually looks pretty good. I hate to.
Oh, for real?
The trailer was fun. It looks like just a fun, wacky, kind of like the Goosebumps movie. I fucking loved the Goosebumps movie because it was just wacky and weird and stupid. And
I thought it was going to be a thing like that Daniel Radcliffe Weird Al thing that's about to come out. I thought it was like that type of lane.
Don't dare say anything bad about Weird, the story of Weird Al Yankovic.
I don't know anything about it.
I'm so excited about that. I love Weird Al, first of all. Yeah. And I really like Daniel Radcliffe. I think he's good in pretty much everything I've seen. And that looks really good. But no, the Spirit Halloween movie, what a fucking weird choice, man. What a weird, choice for them to be like, yo, we got to make a movie about Spirit Halloween.
Hey, I don't know if they're scraping the bottom of the barrel or if they're just throwing shit to see if it sticks, but hey, I'm here for it. I love Christopher Lloyd.
Definitely precedence for it being considered a cultural phenomenon right now, because it seems to be every white girl's favorite store ever, and it's a weird business model, right? Like they're never typically in the same place twice unless a store just doesn't get rented out by another place. But so a business shuts down, and then if they're still shut down come fucking October or come August, then Spirit Halloween moves on in, and just for the 3 to 4 months they're like, we're a business now, and then they clear out, and it's like, what the fuck?
Literally, right whenever the Queen passed away today, there was a meme of the house that she stays in, and it had a Spirit Halloween logo on the top of it. So it's fucking crazy.
I feel like I want to name this episode something petty towards the Queen, like Ding Dong, the Queen is dead, or something fun of that. Just something to lift people's spirits.
You're pretty creative with them.
Just to remember that anything is possible through our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and we can.
And Broncos country, let's ride.
Broncos salute. Yes, I am repping Von Miller. I don't give a fuck if he's a Buffalo Bill now. Although
you watching the game tonight?
Yes, I'm going to try to. I have a lot of work I have to do on the website.
Ooh, fun.
I love football season because, especially when I have a lot of work to do, it's the perfect thing to put on in the background while I'm working.
Oh, for sure.
And I can just kind of glance up and what a fucking night. But I do have the Bills defense in my fantasy team.
Hey, there you go.
So I'm pretty excited about that. Although they are benched this weekend for the Green Bay Packers to play. I also have the Packers defense on my bench as backup. I learned last year to have a backup defense. Don't have just one defense. Maybe that sounds stupid, but it fucked me last year. But yeah,
some people.
Vikings or Green Bay is playing the Vikings, and that is going to be a much easier game for their defense than the Bills, who are playing the Rams. So,
heck yeah.
Yeah, I decided to bench the Bills just this week, but I did pretty good. Are you in any fantasy leagues? Did you have any good drafts?
Yeah, me and my buddies, we had one that we're in last year, and I'm actually about to head out to that whenever we wrap this up to go to Ale House to watch the game tonight.
Oh, sure.
But let me load this up so I can read off my team that I got. I was
going to say, tell me, hey, any people who are not here for sports, go ahead and you can click off now.
Yeah,
this is the end of the show.
QB, I got Lamar Jackson. Running back 1, I got Derrick Henry. Running back 2, I got Cam Akers. Wide receiver 1, I got Keenan Allen. Okay. Yeah. Wide receiver 1, I got Keenan Allen.
Okay.
Wide receiver 2, I have Hunter Renfrow. Tight end, I have Darren Waller. My slot at the moment is Jalen Waddle. Kicker is Justin Tucker. My defense is the Chiefs. On my bench, I got Kirk Cousins. I also have Juju Smith, Gabe Wilson from the Jets. I got Robert Woods, and I got Mike Gesicki. So not too bad of a team.
Cool.
Yeah,
Little fun.
I don't have too bad of a team.
Kicker, but you know.
No, I said Justin Tucker.
Oh, you said Justin Tucker.
Yeah,
oh,
I got the
Justin
GOAT,
Tucker?
baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I had the second overall pick.
QB1 for me is Jalen Hurts. RB1
Not
is
bad.
Derrick Henry. Jalen Hurts. I was going to draft Russell Wilson, obviously, because I'm very excited. And literally in the 5th or 6th round, when I was finally going to go for a quarterback, the person right before me drafted Russell Wilson.
Nice.
So fuck them. But Jalen Hurts, I think, is going to have a pretty good season. At least he should then, hold on my fantasy team. So Jalen Hurts, Derrick Henry at RB1, James Conner at RB2.
Right.
DK Metcalf at wide receiver 1. Love Metcalf. Jerry Jeudy, because I got a lot of faith in this kid, especially this season. Jerry Jeudy at wide receiver 2. Noah Fant as my tight end, and Aaron Jones as my flex. I got the Bills defense, which I thought I switched that out. So I got to re-switch that out. Brandon McManus, Denver kicker.
Great kicker.
Been an incredibly consistent, great kicker for the last billion years that he's been on the team. On my bench, I got Packers defense as a backup. I also have the Dolphins defense as a backup, which I think got auto-drafted in like the 12th round or something. Chase Claypool, who I still have a lot of faith in on bench. I think that he's going to have a good season, especially now that Juju Smith-Schuster is not with Pittsburgh anymore. I think that Claypool is going to have a little more room to shine and work his way up. Tyler Higbee, tight end on bench, who I like. I like Higbee. I think he's pretty good. Tua Tagovailoa is a backup QB.
Not bad.
I got a backup kicker again, auto drafted, but his name is Matt Gay, which makes me super happy.
Hey, he's the Rams kicker.
And he is the Rams kicker. And Jalen Tolbert as a backup wide receiver. So I mean, not bad. It's not the lineup I wish that I had, but also I'm not really complaining. So
yeah, definitely need to work on that bench. But I think I had a little power surge. That was cool.
Again, I don't think there's a couple things I definitely need to swap and drop on my bench, but I mean, I also have some good backups, sitting in there. So other than that, thank you guys so much if you listened even through all the sports stuff. And thank you, of course, Trey, for being on the show. And
always.
Look forward to Trey doing some of his videos. I'm also trying to set up more interviews and stuff. I know that you guys really liked listening to me talk with our other guests a couple weeks ago, and I know that you guys wanted some more of that. So I would love to get as many people that we can just talk to and kind of have good conversations with on here. But other than that, do you got anything for the people, Trey?
I just got to quote one of the legends, Broncos country. Let's ride.
Look at you. All right, y'all. Thank you so much.
Catch y'all later, buddy.
Bye.
See ya.